Interesting. Alright, hey guys. Anime West Reacts here. Yeah, I gotta be doing this because I kind of just felt like it. So we're gonna be doing a read through of Mission Yozakura Family from the beginning. So yeah. For now, we're gonna just do probably first couple chapters. And so yeah, hope y'all enjoy this. If you do, then yeah, like the video, or like the stream, share it, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. And yeah, let's, I guess, get into it. So yeah, chapter 1, A Mission Yozakura Family, the Cherry Blossom Ring. So starting off, got fire, someone carrying a girl, saying, everything is alright now, Mutsumi. No matter what happens from here on out, your big brother will protect you. And so yeah, I got a nice cover page. All these characters. But alright. Hey Asano. So we got Taiyo Asano. We need an extra player for our soccer game. Can you do it? Want to study at my house? Let's go to karaoke after school. Sorry, I can't. Damn it, rejected again. This is the 10th time in a row. He's harder than most girls to ask out. Asano, it's been a month since we became classmates. We should get to know each other. Get to know one another. Your name may be Sunny, but you're really gloomy. Says Asano Taiyo can also mean the morning sun. You're too late. He fainted from anxiety. Heck, he probably used all his strength just responding the first time. Come back to us, Taiyo, or Asano. I thought he'd improve a bit after a month. It must be hard being so shy. And then we get Taiyo thinking, it's not that I'm shy. I'm happy that they invite me. I'd like to get to know them, but... And then, yeah, you see, like, a hand... And someone says, geez, did you turn them all down again? And it says, Mutsumi. Says, and after they went to the trouble of inviting you. And so, yeah. And Mutsumi, and then he says, who cares, just leave me alone. And she says, I made lunch for you. And Taiyo says, hey, listen to me. And she said, you probably aren't eating well since you work so much. And then he's like, hey. And Mutsumi says, I included the salty omelet that you like, Taiyo, and you better finish the carrots. And then he just says, thank you for the food, you're welcome. And then, yeah, all the classmates who were trying to ask him were just like, Yozakura is amazing. And so, yeah, then they say, she got Asano to say yes to something. And the guys are like, damn it, why is the most popular girl in the school with Asano? I heard they're childhood friends, another one says. And then the third one says, I'm so jealous. And Mutsumi says, you're always alone like always. You're all alone like always. I'm worried you'll be like this for the rest of your life. And then Taiyo says, are you my mom now? And she says, you turned out to Naki, didn't you? And then he says, huh? Oh yeah. Or, I guess Taiyo saying this to Mutsumi. Might be it. Then, yeah, it says, you turned out to Naki, didn't you? He's smart, good looking, and captain of the soccer team, right? And then she says, uh-huh. And then Taiyo says, then why? And then she says, oh. I didn't realize you were my father, Taiyo. Don't give me that look like someone. That was some great comeback. Because he said, yeah, about her being his mother. If you don't start living in the present, your parents will be sad. And then she tries to feed him and says, that's why you have to work on your communication skills. Here, open up. And he's like, how is this helping me? She said, just shut up and eat it. And yeah, as he's about to do it, someone steps in and eats it for him. And apparently this is Hirokawa-sensei. It says, Hirokawa-sensei, you promised you wouldn't steal my food anymore. And he says, oh, sorry, I couldn't help myself after smelling your cooking, Mutsumi. And it says, Hirokawa-sensei may be young, but he's brilliant enough to be vice principal, though to me, he's just a weirdo. Yeah, Hirakawa is like talking, says, "Your streak of gray hair is as beautiful as ever. It makes me want to rub my cheeks against it." And Mutsumi says, "Do that and I'll call the cops." He says, "Maybe it'd be better for society if you did get arrested." It says, "If you don't have any business here, go back to your office." And then he says, "Oh, I do. I totally do. Hey, Asano, come to my office later." And then Taya's like, What? What, me? Did I do something?" And then, yeah, Hirakawa just goes off, says, "See you later." And he's like, "Wait, what was that?" And then, yeah, it says, "Later, Asano." And then he says, "Oh, later." And then the two guys are like, "Oh, I don't have any money today, and it'll be my treat." And then Taya looks down sad and starts flashback. It says, "It's been like this ever since that day." And then you got someone saying, "See you, watch this. When this gauge lights up, hit the button down to make a combination. This is how to get supplies without taking any damage." So he's playing a game with his brother, I guess. It says, "Awesome, bro." His mom says, "Wish you'd be as passionate about your studies and sports or sports as you are with that game. Wonder who you take after." And he says, And the dad says, "Huh? Oh, me?" And then his brother is saying, "Bro, let me play." And this is, "No way, I'm going to finish this quest first." And then he's like, "What?" And it says, "Back then, I think I was more cheerful than I am now. But one's personality can easily change in an instant," as you see the car veer off the road, or off the side of a cliff, it looks like. It says, "I learned two things then. First, you learn what's important to you once it's gone. And two, things that are important to you can be lost so easily." So yeah, Tayo's like really beat up because of the accident. And you get scared, it says. Yeah. There you got, I guess, Mutsumi, it seems like, given the next page, Mutsumi, like, has put her hand on his, and then he says, "And you get scared. That if you get attached to something, you might lose that too." And so, yeah, you see him, like, freak out and think about her being dead, and he, like, pulls his hand away. It says, "When you start to think of that," yeah, you see him, like, trembling and gritting his... Yeah. He's trembling and gritting his teeth, and Mutsumi sees it, and, yeah. Just puts her hand even back on his hand and squeezes it. And says, "It's okay, I won't leave you." And then, yeah, see Tayo. And it says, "From that day onward, I was scared to interact with anyone." And we go back to the present, and it says, "You've come. Been waiting for you." And then Tayo says, "What do you want?" Hirakawa says, "I wanted to show you my collection." He says, "Your collection?" Then he says, "It's my collection of secret photos of Mutsumi. I really wanted your opinion on them as her childhood friend." And then, yeah, he's thinking, he's just a pervert. And it says, "This is so wrong. I've got to get through this and turn him in." And then he says, This one is my favorite. Oh, yes, nice one." And he says, "Wait, something is not quite right," is what he notices. And then, yeah, he notices something off about the pictures. He says, "This is when we were playing cards at home. This is when she was about 5. I took this at the park." And yeah, he's like, Tayo's like piecing it together, like, if he's just a teacher, why does he have these pictures of, like, her at home and her as a child and things of that nature? And then, yeah, he says, "I've been secretly watching over Mutsumi for a long time now. Mutsumi is attractive, so in order to get rid of pests that gather around her, I've been watching over her for a long, long, long time. The third year Tanaka was really persistent. Yesterday I politely asked him to stay away from Mutsumi." This is like a recording saying, "Mutsumi, let's hang out. No thanks." And then he plays another video of him saying, and he says, and in the end he graciously agreed, and you see him like beat up and his eyes are like bandaged or blindfolded. And it says, say it one more time, nice and loud. I won't ever come near Miss Yozakura again. And then he says, I ignored you this whole time because you're Mutsumi's precious childhood friend, but circumstances have changed. And you see him got like a knife pointed to Taiyo's neck, and he's like, I can't speak. Can't speak, my legs won't move. I've got to tell Mutsumi. And then Hirakawa says, don't think ill of me. It's all for my sweet little sister's sake. And he's like, what? And someone shows up saying, stop right there. And press the button, and yeah, seemingly something happens. Taiyo is gone, and he says, he wakes up, and he's like, oh. Mutsumi and some others saying, oh, you're awake. He says, good morning, Taiyo. Glad you're okay. And then he's like, ah. And then, yeah, he's like, it's okay, Taiyo, it's me. That's what Mutsumi says, and then someone says, no, you can't hide behind Mutsumi with that big body of yours. And he's like, Mutsumi. And then she says, I have a lot to tell you, but first let me introduce everyone. And she says, these are my brothers and sisters. Though my oldest brother isn't here right now, oh, and this is our dog Goliath. And Taiyo's like, your brothers and sisters? Whew. And one says, have you completed the inventory of items we confiscated from the drug cartel we took down last week? The drugs were third rate and a purity of 10%. The weapons were all inferior modified guns. There wasn't any heavy artillery. Hidden safe had less than 5 million yen in it. No wonder they didn't spend any money on security. And then, yeah, it says, everyone's falling on hard times lately. They used to be quite a notorious organization. Then we get Mutsumi explaining that her family are all spies. That's why I kept everything about my family a secret. And she's like, it was such a pain to keep quiet all these years. I find it a weight off my shoulders. I'll go make some tea. And Taiyo's just like, whoa. Spies? What? What the heck? Don't just say like you're telling me this runs in your family grocery store. Or, yeah. Say that like you're telling me your family runs a grocery store. I'm assuming it's like, isn't it kind of the same thing? Instead of eggplants and radishes, we handle guns and intel. Taiyo's like, it's not the same thing. It's different, right? I can't tell anymore. It's like, oh, I get it. This is a candid camera show, right? It's supposed to be a toy gun. And it says, oh, be careful, and he, like, fires it by accident. It's just like, no, just accept the truth. Unlike what you see in novels and movies, it's just a regular job. There are a lot of people coming into the business from the regular world these days. There was even an article about it in this trade magazine, Weekly Spy. So yeah, and then her sister says, lately there's been an increase in cheap government spies, so it's difficult to ask freelancers. It'll be fine, and we have a 4.8. We have 4.8 stars on the top rated on the review website. And Taiyo's thinking, do spies rely on reviews? It's not very secretive. Another sister says, worst comes to worst, we'll use Mutsumi's beauty to get tons of customers. We'll be swimming in cash. And Mutsumi's like, I don't have any spy skills. If I was a no-talent spy idol, not only would the internet be inflamed, so would our house. The house, too? It says, besides, Kyochiro is really popular. He's ranked number 1 when it comes to female spies want to be targeted by. He's also ranked number 1 for most hated. And I was like, what? The sister says, looks familiar, right? And then we get an explanation. Kyochiro is the eldest brother of the Yozakura family. Personality aside, his battle skills and intelligence, he's all around the best spy in our family. But even geniuses make mistakes. A long time ago, he got Mutsumi really injured. Her gray hair is a result of the stress caused by the incident. Ever since, his guilt has caused him to be deeply attached to Mutsumi. He even faked his name and profession so that he could watch over her. Became an overprotective freak, and now he interferes with Mutsumi's everyday life and relationships. He got a tip recently that someone's after Mutsumi who's been close to her for many years. Even though he hated you, he'd been disregarding you because you were Mutsumi's childhood friend, but now he's got an excuse to take you out for good. Sorry about that idiot. And Taya's like, no, it's okay. And says, speak of the devil. Kyochiro's back. Probably here to finish you off. And it's like, what? I gotta run. And the brother says, calm down. The safest place for you to be is here with us. I've locked all the doors leading to the living room, so that should buy us some time. I've set as many booby traps and explosives as possible. Since he won't listen to reason, we'll have to resort to force. Wait for him here and beat the snot out of him. Beat him up? Though the odds aren't exactly in our favor. In the past, even ganging up on him 5-1, we've only won about 30% of our fights. And there's a 82% possibility that someone will need 6 months to recover from their wounds. And a 25% possibility that the whole house will get burned down. Just think of it as a chance to redecorate. Redecorate, isn't it more like rebuild? That's what Tayo says. Or he thinks. And he says, but this is all because of me. Isn't there another way to go about this? And she says, don't worry about it. Besides, it's our problem to begin with. Though there is one way that you'd survive for sure. And Tayo's like, what? And Mutsumi says, wait, sis, that is... And she says, for you two to get married. And Tayo just explodes, steam coming out of his head. Married? Yeah. And his brother says, there's smoke coming from his ears. Taking in all that information overheated his circuits. And then it says, if you marry into the Yozakura family, you'll be included in the only rule our family has, no killing among family. Your life will be spared. That idiot isn't stupid enough to break our ironclad rule. Normally you'd have to go to the register and submit documents or say a vow in a church, but for your Yozakuras, you only need to exchange rings. All of the Yozakura have a double-banded cherry blossom ring. Once a Yozakura gives someone the other half of marriage is established and you become a member of the family. It's not a completely crazy idea. You've been friends since childhood and have a deep bond, and if you're officially a spouse, that idiot may finally detach himself from his sister and return to normal. Well, that's what I hope will happen. It's not a bad idea if you want to protect yourself and Mutsumi. And then Tayo's thinking, me and Mutsumi get married, but what about Mutsumi's feelings and marriage and family? And then, he freaks out. But Mutsumi says, no, I won't marry Tayo. And he says, Mutsumi, and so this girl's name is Futaba. He says, sorry, Futaba, I know you mean well, but you know it too. Tayo lost his family. He's been struggling with a pain that most people don't experience. Even now, he can't talk to people, can't sleep, and always fighting pain. For someone who knows the pain of losing a family, to casually ask them to join ours is cruel. I can't do that. And Tayo thinks, Mutsumi, and Futaba says, I understand. Sorry I asked you such a painful thing. It was wrong of me. And Tayo's like, no, it's okay. And it's like, okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get ready to pummel that stupid brother of ours. And they're like, yeah. And then Mutsumi says, sorry to get you involved in our affairs, Tayo. And then he thinks, Mutsumi, and he says, I wonder why. It's true that a family is more than I can handle right now, so I should feel relieved hearing Mutsumi say that. Then why do I feel so uneasy? He says, oh, just who are you going to pummel? And so, yeah. Kyotaro was just like in the middle of them before they even do it. And Taiyo's like, when did he? And Kyotaro was like, oh, I feel left out. Include me too. He says, oh, Shinzo, you changed the booby traps, didn't you? It was a pain to dodge them, so I just destroyed them all. Sorry. And it's like, Shinzo's like, what? Yeah, sure. Futaba says, I'm only going to say this once, Kyotaro. Stay away from those two. And he says, no, there's no guarantee that he's harmless. Punish anyone who gets in Mutsumi's way. That's my mission. And she says, Futaba says, if you got a problem with that, we can... Yeah. Okay. Kyotaro says, if you got a problem with that, then we can decide this the Yozakura way with force. And then Futaba says, will do. Grabs his tie, and then he's like, she says, now it's time for a family fight. And so you see Kyotaro go flying up into the air. And he's like, oh. And then Taiyo's like, what? And then, yeah, you see Futaba making some kind of moves and then slams Kyotaro into the ground. And then, yeah, all these claws come out of nowhere and try to pin him down. Nano's, like, got this giant Hulk fist. Tries to punch him and says, sorry, bro. And yeah, they grab Taiyo and says, why? And he says, sorry, Nano, your big brother is kind of busy, so let's play later. Futaba yells, get out of the way, and then, yeah, suddenly there's these, like, wire-looking things that go flying everywhere. Whew. And so, yeah, they get knocked back. And so, yeah, Kyotaro's like, that was good teamwork, but you left too much of an opening after each attack. Now enough of the training exercise. Let me have a Sano. If not, I'll cut this whole house. I'll cut up this whole house. And then Futaba explains his personal weapon is the steel spider and says, run away while I keep him occupied. And yeah, you see the strings or these like steel wires, I guess is what they are, go flying out. Futaba uses some fancy hand movements to deflect them. And get close, tries to grab him, but he pulls the wires, and then she's like all tangled up. And she's like, what? Hey, let go of me, you crappy brother. And then he's like, Kyotaro says, stop thrashing about, Futaba, or you'll cut yourself. Your skills aren't effective when you're in defense mode. And it says, I guess the odds were 70% this time. Go ahead. And then Mutsumi yells, Shion. And it says, this way. And then Kyotaro says, this is an impossible game for your skill level, Shion. And then, yeah, she says, shut up, Perv. It doesn't matter if it's an impossible game or a stupid game. True gamer enjoys it to the fullest. And so you see all these drones come out of nowhere. Or, like, all these drones come out. And then, yeah. He's like, so cool. And then you just see them all start firing at him. But, yeah, they weren't enough. And he says, phew, those drones were quite annoying. And he finally makes it to you, Mutsumi and Taiyo. It says, now come with me, Mutsumi. I don't want you to get dirty with his blood splatter. And yeah, just closes her eye, takes a step forward. Kyotaro says, that's a good girl. Come to your brother's arms, and then yeah, you see like Goliath and seemingly Mutsumi like attacking him. But yeah, they get stopped. And like, whoa, a marvelous disguise, Kingo. How admirable, you even had the same number of eyelashes as her. I wouldn't have known it was just you. If it was just you, but you need to work on disguising others. If you don't, it'll be obvious that the real person is behind you. Right, Mutsumi. This is now. Tell me where you've hidden him. So yeah, I had Kingo disguised as Mutsumi and Mutsumi disguised as Taiyo. But yeah, Mutsumi and that's his brother, and she like rips the mask off and says, "Stop it." So yeah, you can see through like a hole in the wall where Taiyo is, or Taiyo can see through this hole in the wall. And he goes, "Fine, I lose. I won't go after him." And then says, Mutsumi starts to say brother, but then he finishes and says, "And you're not allowed out of the house anymore. Because you go outside that these pests swarm around you. I've been a failure of a big brother. I'll protect you much, much better from now on." And Mutsumi says brother. And he says, "It's dangerous, so you shouldn't go outside, and the internet is dangerous too, so you won't need your smartphone. Let's just get rid of anything that has the potential to be a danger to you. School, friends, having fun, romance, let's get rid of all of it. We'll get rid of everything unnecessary so you can have a safe and peaceful home life with your family, and just thinking about it makes my heart giddy." That day, the day I almost lost you, I made a vow to protect you, even if others were hurt. And yeah, I would give up my life to protect you, dearest. Now, Mutsumi, forget all about him and let us live in peace. And then she says, yes. And says, "Sorry, Taiyo. Couldn't keep my promise." And then she says, "Yes, brother." And then Taiyo comes out and says, "Let go of Mutsumi." And then Mutsumi says, "Taiyo, you should have stayed hidden." And then Kyoshiro says, "I have no use for you anymore. Don't stick your nose into our family affairs." And then Taiyo thinks, this guy is probably just like me. He's afraid of losing someone dear to him. But if the precious person you're trying to protect is making that sad face because of you, then what you're doing is wrong. He says, "Mutsumi, your sister's plan, the one that will protect you and me, let's do it." And she says, "But," and then Taiyo says, "I'm fine, because you promised to stay with me." He says, "Okay," and then Mutsumi tosses the ring. Tosses Taiyo the ring, he reaches to grab it, but yeah. Kyoshiro uses his rings to try to stop his hand. So close, there's no way I'd let Futaba's little plan come to pass. Then, yeah, he still moves his hand and clutches the ring, even though it's like cutting his hand up. And so you see like the blood splattering from it. And you got Taiyo thinking, "Hey, Mutsumi, thank you for protecting a good-for-nothing like me all these years. Because you did, that's why from now on, I'm going to protect you." So he swings his hand down. You see him like swinging his hand down, getting all cut up. And then, yeah, everyone comes in and says, "Sano, Mutsumi, you alright?" And then, yeah, see. Taiyo saying, "I will protect Mutsumi from the likes of you. Let's get along, big brother." And Kyochiro's like, "It can't be." This is Mutsumi runs over saying Taiyo, and then they're like, the other family members are like, "What a relief. That guy's amazing. Not bad, not bad." So yeah, Futaba says, "What a relief." Shinza says, "That guy's amazing." And Shion says, "Not bad." So yeah, the two embrace, and then Futaba then says, "Too bad, Kyochiro, but this is no time to be down in the dumps. We have to teach him what it really means to protect Mutsumi." And then Taiyo says, "And this is how I got back on my feet. This time we'll protect what's important to me." So yeah, pretty good chapter. That's chapter 1. So yeah, it's a good chapter. Good introduction. We get introduced to character Taiyo, learning about him, what he values, and things of that nature. But yeah, honestly, I think it was a really good chapter. And so yeah, I'm hoping you guys are actually enjoying this video. enjoying the stream. It's not really a video, but yeah, you know what I meant. But alright, I'm fixing some stuff. Alright, so yeah, it's a good first chapter, getting us introduced to the characters of Taiyo and Mutsumi, what Taiyo's been through, to kind of shape the personality he has of, why he is this way. Or at least how he started off as this way anyways. Yeah. It's a good chapter. And yeah, we get introduced to the Yozakura family. Taiyo learning that they're spies. And yeah. Oh yeah, pretty good first chapter, so yeah. Hope y'all are enjoying it. Hope y'all do enjoy it anyway. So yeah, the anime is coming out. It's probably next year. I'm really looking forward to that. Hope y'all are too. And hello. Hello. So yeah. Just finished chapter 1 of Yozakura family. Sorry, don't know Spanish. Thought well. Well, thanks for the encouragement. Okay, later. But alright, I guess we'll move on to chapter 2 now. And so yeah, chapter 2 is titled Yozakura's Lifeline. So we got, nice color page of Kyochiro, Taiyo, and Mutsumi. He's pouring tea while holding a gun, or he's like shot Taiyo's cup, it looks like. But alright, so yeah. Tayo's waking up 7:30 in his room. He's like, huh? Why am I at home? And he says, oh, that's right. I just remembered after all the mayhem. And then Kyochiro's like, Mutsumi's so cute. Come on, let's play on the swing next. And it says, oh no, he's turned white as a sheet. And Futaba says, just leave him. I'll pound the truth to him later. And then turns to Mutsumi and says, it's late, so we'll call it a day, Mutsumi. See him home. And he says, okay. And she's like bandaging Tayo's hand up. And so, yeah, he says, bye, yes. And then she says, Tayo, thanks. And then he says, as if it was all a dream. And then Kyochiro is standing over him with a knife saying, good morning, Tayo. He tries to stab him as soon as he wakes up. And says, good reflexes. Tayo's just like, why? Why is he here? And it says, Kyochiro says, this is the infamous Yozakura wake-up call. As a spy, you got to sleep with one eye open. Mutsumi then says, morning, Tayo. And she says, lunch bag and school uniform, I prepared them all, big brother. And then she says, good. And Tayo's like, even Mutsumi's here. And then Tayo's like, it says, now, we don't have much time, let's hurry up and escape. And says, what? And so, yeah, he picks up Mutsumi and ties Tayo up and is like, escape. And it says, let's go. What? Go, but this is the second floor. They jump out the window, and then suddenly Tayo's house explodes. And he's like, what? Or Tayo's face is like, what just happened? And then Kyochiro says, I'm putting my hate aside for you aside for a moment. First, I have to tell you about the Yozakura's mission in life. The most important mission is to protect Mutsumi Yozakura. We've got Shinzo's report. Looks like there was a bomb planted in the kitchen. Target was Mutsumi for sure. And Tayo's like, Mutsumi, but then why was it in my house? Kyochiro says, obviously because I knew of your and Mutsumi's relationship. Information spreads quickly in this industry. And so, yeah, it says, my feed has been lighting up with congratulations since yesterday's. And so, yeah, you got Kyochiro saying, my little sister's getting married, sucks. Someone named King Bomber says, may they blow up happily after. And so it says, cover up headquarters says, you got what you deserve, you sister-loving freak. Be gone from the earth. This is Escape Man says, if I ever escape, I'll send a wedding gift. It says, my feed has been, he says his feed has been lighting up, and says, why would a spy use social media? And it says, but why would they be after Mutsumi? And then it says, the answer is simple. Mutsumi is the Yozakura clan's 10th head of the household. And Tayo's like, the 10th head of the household? The Kyochiro explains, the Yozakura clan traces its roots to the ninja of the Edo period. We produce generations of people with superhuman abilities. But in every generation there is one person who is born ordinary. That person is the head of the household. This leader may not have superhuman talents like the other members, but their offspring will undoubtedly inherit incredible abilities. Therefore, only this person can pass on the genes of the Yozakura talent. Basically, the talent skips a generation. The head of the household passes on the talent, and the other members of the family use their talents to protect the head. That is the way the Yozakura family has been successful so far. So, as head of the household, Mutsumi is the legitimate leader of the Yozakura family. She is the lifeline of the Yozakura family. And Kyochiro says, even so, all of us siblings don't really care about the family's social standing. We want Mutsumi to live her life as she chooses. And then Mutsumi says, I can't do that, we've been over this. The whole family is putting their lives on the line for this family business, then I need to do my part too. This is such an admirable girl. And then you got Kyoto like biting his wires, saying, "Such a sweet girl, so why is she with this guy? It says, "So now you know about Mutsumi's special circumstances. Mutsumi will eventually lead the Yozakura family in the underworld. That's why she must live a normal life now and acquire knowledge of the outside world. There are those who hate us, those who envy or want to take advantage of us. Mutsumi is exposed to all kinds of hatred. Mutsumi is always dancing with death. Therefore, it is our family duty to protect her. That is why I'm going to show you the ropes of spycraft. Today is the beginning. This is your first mission. Protect Mutsumi from assassins today." And the Taiyo's like, "What? A gun?" And then Kyoto says, "Should you kill someone, we can cover it up, so don't be afraid to use it." And he's like, "No way." Then Mutsumi says, "Stop teasing Taiyo, big brother. It's usually a bomb or poison, so a gun's really useless. Are you always under attack?" That's what Taiyo's thinking, anyway. Then Kyoto says, I'd like to accompany you, but I've got a job this morning where I have to rescue a bunch of hostages. I'll just tell you about the assassin." What kind of hostage situation is that, Taiyo thinks. I'm kind of curious. And it says, "This is the account of the assassin Tamiya who's after Mutsumi right now. Lately, a lot of the industry people use social media for job requests." And Taiyo's thinking, all these underworld people sure are open about what they're up to. Says Tamiya person, says King Bomber Tamiya. And yeah, you got their email and everything. And then Kyoto says Tamiya is a relatively well-known bomber. His flair for bomb making is top-notch. I've enlisted his help in a number of times when taking out terrorists. And then he's like, "What? He's helped you, then why?" That's what Taiyo says. And Kyoto says, "It's not that uncommon. In this world, allies and enemies switch allegiances based on money and circumstances. The only one you can trust is yourself, even then sometimes you, never mind that now. His one weakness is his addiction to social media. His poems are meaningless, but he posts about his targets and his progress." Taiyo thinks, isn't that a fatal flaw? So yeah, one of the things is my bombs and their target are destined to meet, and another one says, "I placed the bombs for Mutsumi that are going off tomorrow. All three are done." And yeah, it says, a new one pops up, says, "The weather's getting warmer, so I switched them to more seasonal shirts." Yeah, it says, "Speak of the devil, here's another post." And Taiyo's thinking he's oddly domestic. But yeah, Kyoto says, "Don't underestimate him. He's got a bad personality. He'll tease you with a few light bombs before finishing the deed with his prized special bomb. That's his MO." And Kyoto comes over to Taiyo and says, "You protect Mutsumi until I get back from the job. Take the utmost care to ensure she's not harmed unless you want to regret ever being born." And then Taiyo says, "And that's how my first mission as a Yozakura started." And so yeah, you got Taiyo at school. Everyone's like, "What's with Taiyo?" He says, "I don't know. Hey, go ask him." "No way, I can't." And Taiyo's like, grrr, giving off this aura. And says, "If I talk to him, you might bite my head off." And this is true. Isn't Yozakura scared at all with him right behind her? And then yeah, Taiyo thinking, other than bombs and poison, what is his arsenal? Disguise and attacks from the shadows. And this is, nah, damn it. Now that I know Mutsumi's been targeted all this time, everyone I see looks suspicious. So yeah, you got everyone, Taiyo's perspective, everybody's like gossiping and smirking and got these like really evil looking eyes. And Taiyo thinks, watching Mutsumi like this makes me realize something. She never eats something she receives right away. Tries not to walk alone anywhere. These precautions have probably been ingrained in her for her whole life. She's been battling her own destiny the whole time, all by herself. She was there for me even under these circumstances. All I could think about was myself. Not only did I not notice, I couldn't be there for her. So it was Asano, hey, want some chocolate? And Taya's like, thanks. And the guy's like, Taya's like, what is it? And he's like, no, it's just that it was unusual. And the guy's like, well, you used to break out in a cold sweat if I talked to you or you'd pass out. I was surprised. And then he does it again. He starts trembling and says, Asano, do you want to go to the nurse? No, wait. The nurse is out today. And then Taya says, I'm okay. He says, for my wife's sake, I can't pass out now. And they're like, Taya's lost it, or Asano's lost it. What's he talking about? But yeah, he's like, And he's like, I thought I was gonna die. But yeah, Mutsumi says, you're amazing, Tayo. I'm surprised you didn't pass out. So yeah, the nurse's room was closed, so they came to rest in Kyochiro's room, the vice principal's office. And Mutsumi points out, he says, did you notice? You've been talking to people since yesterday, Tayo. Usually you can't even handle talking to one person. But you were fine with my siblings. And then Tayo says, well, that situation, that was the last thing on my mind. I reverted back to my usual self just now. And Mutsumi says, but you were able to stand it just now. You were great. That wouldn't have been possible in the last few years. She says, it's baby steps, but you're getting better. And he says, hey Mutsumi, are you sure you're fine with me? Even though I've known you since childhood, I had no idea of your burden until now. I can't even take care of myself properly. This marriage happened only because I selfishly wanted to protect you. I didn't give any thought to how you feel. And she just chops him and says, you're so negative. And she says, you got it all wrong. You weren't the one who chose me. I wanted it to be you. Despite marrying into this chaotic family of spies and with a bride who might die at any moment, you still thought about my feelings first. I've known you're like that for a long time. I always thought it'd be nice if it were you. So, Tayo, thanks for marrying me. But yeah, and he says, Mutsumi, and he notices bomb on the ceiling. And so, yeah, he notices the bomb on the ceiling, and because of that, he's able to protect her. He says, are you okay, Mutsumi? And she says, yes. And he's like, what about you, Tayo? Are you hurt? He says, I'm fine. And then, yeah, he remembers what Kyochiro said. He'll tease you with a few light bombs. And he says, that jerk. But how did he know we were here? It's impossible. We only came to this room on a whim. And so, yeah, then Tayo remembers, he said, they know about your and Mutsumi's relationship. If they know about... Then, yeah, Tayo starts piecing it together. If they know about my fear of people, then it'd be easy to predict that I'd come to this room, like what happened this morning. They're predicting my movements to target Mutsumi, if that's so. Tayo says, it can't be, and, rips his shirt open, it looks like, or something. He says, everything... He says, it can't be, and then he looks down and says, it is. Everything was planned from the beginning. The only one you can trust is yourself, even sometimes you, and then, yeah. He says, it's me. I'm the bomb that will kill Mutsumi, and this is 5 seconds remaining. It's 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It says, if X is blocked, 2 seconds. It says, this is the only way in 1 second, and then Tayo jumps out of the building. Mutsumi yells, Tayo, and then she says, I'm glad the job finished early. And it says, Tommy is tiny bomb. The sparkler is lightweight but powerful. While its cost performance is good, it has 2 flaws. Takes several hours to work since he uses the target's body temperature to charge up. and its design is so simple that it can be paused with a string. And yeah, Kyoto says, "Good job noticing, you did well." So Rejored. And he says, "As a reward for a job well done, I'll tell you this. In this world, you may even doubt yourself, but there's one thing you can trust. That is family. I may want to kill you, but I'll never let you die, even if it kills me. So you can put your life on the line and try your best for the sake of our dearest Mutsumi." Natayo thinks, this guy seems crazy, but he may have a good head on his shoulders. And then Kyoto says, "I'm going to pull you up, but if I accidentally let you fall and die, it wasn't on purpose, okay?" And he's like, "Why are you covering your bases by telling me ahead of time?" Says, "Now then." And then Mutsumi says, "What are you going to do about that bomb?" And he says, "It's only natural to return it to its owner." So he flings it at this building. And it blows up right in the bomber's face. Still tweeting, huh? Because, he tweets some more. It says, "Now in flames, looks like I'm gonna die." And then he says, still tweeting, huh? "Addictions are scary." And Tayo says, "I take that back. He is crazy." And so, yeah, pretty good one. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, about that, it's gonna be it for now. And so, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the stream. If you did, then like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all